Hi guys, I hope you all are fine. Okay, so in the today's class we'll be studying about reforms in Indian agriculture. Okay, so we have seen in the last class that there are various problems in Indian agriculture. So by seeing all those problems in the agricultural sector, the government of India come out with different reforms in the agricultural sector. Means how to improve the agricultural sector. Uh, the government come up with the different reforms. So we have divided the reforms made by the government, into three parts. That is, technical reforms were there, and the second is the institutional reforms. Also, we can call this. Sometime we called it land reforms. Okay, you must have heard about. Okay, now the third one is the general reforms. So we'll see one by one. For the day, we'll just cover the technical reforms. In the following lecture, I'll be bringing all those reforms. Okay, so let us proceed. Now, technical reforms. So we will see various steps taken by the government to upgrade the technology in the Indian agriculture. Okay, so it is towards the improvement of the government step towards improvement in Indian agriculture. Okay, considering the various problems in our agricultural sector. Now, number one is use of high yielding variety seeds. Okay, so since from 1965, the farmers started using the high yielding seeds, which is called HYB seeds. Okay, why the farmers has opted for the seeds? Okay, so because it gives a higher productivity, means much higher productivity than the indigenous traditional seeds. ठीक है ना, the traditional seeds the earlier the farmers were using. Okay, so why, as a matter of fact, with the use of this SYB seed, the productivity of the agriculture increases tremendously, which later culminated into green revolution. Okay, don't worry guys, about green revolution also I'll have the different lecture. Okay, means separate lecture for that. So kind of thing has happened. um, Now, as a matter of fact, in this regard, the government has what kind of steps government has taken is the National Seed Corporation. The government has set up National Seed Corporation. So what was the work of it? It is to promote the growth and distribution of the SYB HYB seeds. Okay, so they have to take care of the growth of the SYB seeds and the distribution also. Okay, so kind of thing. Now the second part is the use of chemical fertilizers. Okay, the chemical fertilizers, that fertilizers means what? It is a nutrients. ठीक है ना, that is to be applied to the fields, so that growth, there is a good growth of the plants. Now, if you are not supplied with the food nutrients you need in your body, you will also your body will also working well, also not will not be working well. Okay, so kind of thing. Same thing happen with the plants also. If they are not supplied with the sufficient nutrients they need, the sufficient requirements they need, their growth will not be good. Okay, as a matter of fact, it will not give you a good produce. So kind of thing. So why the farmers started using fertilizers, chemical fertilizers? So how many chemical fertilizers? The common fertilizers we can see is the urea, phosphorus, potash. mm, okay, potash, phosphorus, nitrogen. Okay, so kind of thing, because these are the nutrients the plants really need, okay, during their growing period. So we have to if the soil do not have such nutrients, so we have to apply externally to the provide externally to the plants for their growth. So as a matter of fact, there was tremendous increase in the productivity of the land. Okay, now the third is the use of insecticides and pesticides for crop protection. So we have seen that the farms have started using chemical fertilizers, SYB seeds, So one of the most disadvantage of the SYB seeds is that it is very prone to, insects and the pest. Okay, so why the farmers have to apply the insecticides and pesticides to protect the protect their plants, crop plants, from the from the attack of insects and the pest. Okay, so why? Okay, so this is the thing. Now, mechanized means of cultivation. Okay, to do agriculture in a large scale, you will be needing some machines. Mechanized means of cultivation means you are using more machines in the agricultural activity. Means in the farming you are using more machines. Why it is needed? Because in order to have a large scale cultivation, you will need a machines. It cannot be done with a manual. Okay, so so what kind of machines we use, like tractors and the threshers or harvesters. Okay, na? So for that, that in the earlier class we have seen that the farmers are still in India, the farmers are still a subsistence doing a subsistence farming. When you are doing a subsistence farming, it means that you are having a less income, and from that less income you cannot buy a modern machines which are very expensive. Okay, so what government has did, the government help the farmers by enable the farmers to buy agricultural means help the farmers to buy the agricultural machines by providing cheap credit facilities. Okay, means now in the government are providing credits also for buying the tractors and harvesters. The farmers can take a credit from the banks. Okay, so what are the banks which are involved in providing those credit facilities are the cooperative societies. Now cooperative banks are there, and regional rural banks are there. The cooperative and regional rural banks actually meant for providing credit needs of the rural areas. ठीक है ना, credit need of the rural areas, especially the regional rural banks, which is called RRBs. Okay, because it has been seen that the commercial banks could not reach onto each and every village and each district of the state. So why the government comes out with a regional rural banks which will be solely dedicated for providing a credit to the villages, ठीक है ना, rural areas. So so these are the financial institution, you can say that, uh, who are providing credit to the farmers. Okay, so okay, now scientific farm management practices was adopted by the was encouraged to be adopted by the farmers. Okay, what is scientific? Scientific means systematic. If scientific means systematic farm management. Okay, so earlier it was conventional methods of farming. They are not doing anything like means taking into considerations the how systematically we could be doing our agriculture. Okay, so we can see that scientific method of farming relates to, so what are the activities that needs to be perform to have a scientific method of farming are the selection of crops and their quality. We have to see the quality of the crops also, whether that crops is giving good nutrients to the people or not, that we are going to see also. And again, preparation of soil accordingly means we have to prepare the soil, what needs to be done before sowing your seeds to the soil that we are going to see. Crop rotation is also there. Okay, so crop rotations means in order to increase the fertility of the soil, we sometimes do a crop rotation before doing a ginger field. Doing a ginger field, we do leguminous plants. We grow a leguminous plants there so that fertility of the soil could be increased. Now selection of seeds also be there. Judicious use of fertilizers. You know that if we are using fertilizers excess in quantity, it means that it will it will not have any use to the plants also if we are providing excess fertilizers. Even it will degrade the land. Okay, so we have to see, again, fertilizers are very expensive. It is there that the government giving a subsidy for the purchasing of fertilizers to the farmers. It is another thing, but in fact fertilizers are very expensive, so we need to have a economic use of that. Okay, so by excess use will not be giving you any profits. So why? Okay, dry farming practices needs to be improved. Okay, because that still the 60 only the 65% of the land area are covered under irrigation facilities, otherwise the rest are rain feed. It means that we have to dry farming practices also we have to do, right? So kind of thing. Now in this regard, integrated rural development program IRDP has been launch to speed up the process of growth in agriculture. So one program, there are various programs the government is bringing out for the development of the agriculture. So this is about the scenario we are talking about. This is a scenario we are talking about is between the 1947 to 1991. Okay, at that time, what was the program that government has brought was the IRDP. Okay, what was the work of that program? Okay, so it was dedicated to speed up the process of growth in agriculture. So whatever comes under that will be taken care by this program. So this much per day. In case of any problem queries, you can put a comments. Okay na? Okay, good day all of you.